couple of months ago, I had a good life in London, good career, nice stable home, fiance, and now I live in rural Ireland, unemployed, broke, no savings, and still with my fiance, but we're living now in her parents' spare room. And it was the best decision I ever made. I know. It sounds crazy, but let me tell you why. My partner is from Ireland, and she came to live with me in London about 4 years ago. And since she moved in, the crime rate in the area that we lived in South London had just shot through the roof. I mean, there's been multiple stabbings, multiple shootings, one murder in 4 years. And she's from the countryside here in Ireland, and the only time she ever sees anything go off is when the farmers are shooting pheasants in their fields. So one day she came home from work and she said, "Listen, babe, I can't take it here anymore. I really, really want to go home. And I know that we've started to build this life together, and I know that you love your job and you love this flat, but I need to go home. So I need you to make a decision. Are you coming with me, or are you staying here?" And I'm 43 years old, and I've lived quite a wild life. It's been a wild ride. I've lived hard and fast, and I've been through a lot of stuff, and I've got a lot of lived experience. There's something that just comes with age, I guess. But I tried to live a slower life once before in my late 20s, and it really didn't work. I just wasn't ready to slow down. I wasn't ready for that life. And so I ended up coming back to London, and I'll get into some of the stuff that happened before and after I came back to London in another video. But for now, I'll just say this. This time I'm ready. And I think it's because I'm in my 40s. I have a little bit more experience. I'm a little bit wiser. I'm not a naive 20-year-old anymore. And the pace of life here is really nice and calm. And yeah, I've only been here a couple of months, but already I've got an interview tomorrow, actually. Nothing special, just working in a butcher's. I mean, it might be special to some people. I guess people that are really struggling to find work, that really want to work, that would be a dream for them. But yeah, it's just a nice job. It will be a slower pace from what I was used to in London, and I'm really excited for it. So that's pretty much why I decided to move to the countryside in Ireland with my fiance, and literally I'm having a midlife reset. Some people would say a midlife crisis. I think a midlife crisis is an option. A midlife calibration, that's necessity, for me at least anyway. Being in a rural area in Ireland and living a slower pace of life again for the second time, I don't know what the road ahead looks like. It's quite terrifying, to be quite honest with you. I don't know if this is going to work out this time. I hope it does, but I don't know. None of us do, really, do we? We don't know what's on the road ahead. So yeah, I'm terrified, but at the same time, I'm hopeful. And Ireland has given me a few pleasant surprises, like this job interview tomorrow, for instance. I'm quite excited. I didn't think it would happen this fast, but I'm really glad it has. And I'm kind of lucky to get it because my fiance knows the owner of the store. And she also, one of her best mates works there, and she put in a good word for me. So I guess that helped, and I'm very grateful for that. I know not everybody has those kind of opportunities. So I don't take it for granted. I take it seriously, and I'm very appreciative for what I have. But also just being out in nature, something I used to do when I was a kid. I was part of the Boy Scouts when I was a kid, and I really loved going camping, hiking, all that kind of stuff. And out here, there are forests, lakes, and scenic trails absolutely everywhere. and I love it. And I've taken time to get back to that young kid in me again and enjoy those experiences of being out in nature and listening to the birds and walking the trails and seeing all the different types of trees and the different wildlife and the moss. Oh my word, let me tell you, the moss out here is incredible. No wonder there's a thing about Irish moss in the world, okay? It's everywhere and it gets on everything. A friend of ours was telling us, he's a bricklaying labourer. He's a bricklaying labourer, right? And he said there was some bricks that had been left at a job over a weekend, a bank holiday weekend, and it had been like a couple of, like 4 or 5 days or something that they hadn't been there. And when they got, these were fresh bricks, and when they got back to the job, there was actually moss starting to grow on these bricks. And it's just fascinating how it's just everywhere so fast. Just everywhere's covered in moss, but it's absolutely beautiful. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. I'm going way off topic. So I've got this job interview tomorrow, and I'm hopeful, but I don't know what the road ahead brings. And I'm scared, but I'm also happy because I know that I made the decision that I needed to make, the decision that was right for me. And I took some flack from friends and family, like, what are you doing? Why are you giving everything up? Why are you going to go and move to Ireland and have nothing? And my answer was, it's not to have nothing. It's to start again, slow down, and I am not prepared to lose my partner. I'm just not. She's so important to me. She's part of the man I am today. She's part of the reason why I am the man I am today. And again, I'll get into that in another video at some point, but she means the absolute world to me. And I don't always show it. I'm not the most affectionate of men. I'm not the most romantic of men. But I do love her with all my heart, and she does know that, and I show her in other ways. Again, I'm getting off track. So I'm going to try and wrap this up quickly, okay? But all I want to say is, if you're going through a midlife crisis or recalibration, or you're thinking about starting over 40, whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, it doesn't matter what age it is. Anyone can find something relatable here today from what I'm talking about. And if you're worried or scared, I just want to let you know that you're not alone. You're not alone. We all go through these times, and we all have to face these fears. But we're not alone. And there's many, many people going through it. So if you've got any value out of today's video, consider subscribing, because I'm going to be making more videos, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these uploads. So I'm going to be doing once or twice a week. Usually I'll be walking out and about in the forest. I won't be cooped up in this room all the time, although sometimes I'll be here. But mainly I want to do walks, walk and talk style. Take walks with me, and hopefully I can give some inspiration, some motivation. I don't know. And if you are looking at doing a big restart, reset, whatever you want to call it, rebuilding your life, let me know what your biggest fear is in the comments. For now, I'll say, stay safe, look after yourself, keep a positive attitude and a positive mentality, and everything's going to be all right. For now, see you later. Cheers.